Okay, folks, turn 39. Now this is starting to look like a real Dominions game here. All of these here. We cast No More a couple times, didn't find anything. We received bottles of living water from Phaeacia. We are trading them endless bags of wine for these, so we are making a bit of a profit on it. And on top of that, those are going to help gear our assassins. Nazca did cast Eternal Pyre, which I didn't think he could quite reach yet, but okay, that's fine. It's one of the earlier gem gens. He's got that now. We took over Druidland. We're breaking the fort. We were attacked by another dog, which was not a problem. We were attacked by Vinemen in Emicton, which we defeated. No problem. In Troya, children disappearing, nature gems, plus 10 air gems, which is pretty cool. And we killed a whole bunch of scouts in Sceleria. Scout in Sceleria. We lost a scout there, and lost 2 scouts in Arnbeg. Another scout in Sceleria, and we lost another scout in Caelum. So lots and lots of scouts dying on all sides. Emicton is severely damaged. Druidland has been breached. So we are storming Druidland. And this will be pretty much the end of Sceleria. Marshlands over here. Ulm has a golem. I don't know how or why Ulm has a golem. I mean, Golem is construction 7. And it costs 30 astral pearls. So, I mean, I guess maybe if they rushed construction... yeah, okay, they could be at construction 7. That's fair. They could have done that. I mean, I can't say they couldn't have. But, it is what it is. I would also kind of like Forge of the Ancients, but I just have too many things my limited Earth gems are going towards. I'm up to 63 Death Gems, plus 11 per turn, so we're in good shape for casting Well of Misery in a few turns here. Funny Guy is researching because as soon as this breaks, I want him to teleport down here while they storm and then immediately forge. That would be the goal. To help that, we're forging another Dwarven Hammer with Azan. Carrie, who has Nature 4, is moving back over to Machaka because I'm an idiot. I'm only realizing just now that, hey, a Nature 4 mage can cast the spell that stops diseases and save these sorceresses from dying, and then you can still use them as research monkeys and spider generators, which would be fantastic. Meanwhile, Alut, the first of my Bane spiders, has a bottle of living water and is moving south. I'm going to talk to Caelum to make sure he can get through Caelumite territory without being patrolled out and killed. Because that would be a huge waste and a huge shame. Don't go down that way, I guess. I think Arnbeg is a bad place for scouts to be. So, yeah. Overall, things going pretty well. Like I said, this should crack next turn, and then I'll have my Ancient Forge and my Graveyard of the Damned back. This Palisade will be done in 3 more turns, still pumping out dim Magi. And in terms of the rest of my gold, Sceleria is recruiting Witch Doctors, so cheap mages. No mage in Mammoth Grove. Witch Doctor in the Halls. Shaman in Juek. 2 scouts in Woods of Many Paths. Solam, Nutton, and Machaka, Bane Spider. 91 gold left, and to be honest, I'm actually going to cancel some of these Witch Doctors here to replace them with a real mage. I'm going to cancel those. Actually, it's not mages that I need right now, it's troops. I'm going to recruit a couple of... yeah, a couple of Spider Knights would be the ticket here. A couple of Spider Knights, and then Pygmies. There we go. Okay. Meanwhile, up here... I guess I could recruit a Witch Doctor still, but I don't really want to. In Vician Forest, more priests would probably be good, just because I really do need to get my, really do need to get my Dominion up. So let's recruit priest there. I don't have a temple here. I am building a temple in Sceleria. I'm up to the point where I'm now starting to get some income again, because my upkeep has dropped slightly, and my income has grown significantly from taking Sceleria and all these forts. I came out pretty well from this war with Sceleria. Like, yes, I did lose some... I don't know why my map is glitching so much like that. I think it's because I have names on again. Yes, I lost some, and I didn't get all of Sceleria. Like, this was Sceleria over here. But I came out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forts. 7, 8, 9, and 9 provinces total. So, not too shabby. Very significant income. Plus, of course, I got the capital, which gave me the Temple of the Dead and the Campus Solaris. And the Temple of the Spheres for the astral income, so... yeah, overall, good. I'm very satisfied with how that war went. So here's the thing. I've been talking about how geographically what has to happen here is I have to attack Caelum. That's still true. However, Caelum is fighting Ermor and Asphodel. And Caelum just lost a battle to Asphodel. A really serious one. Asphodel managed to deploy an Etten Mandragora with 40 shock resistance, and wiped out an entire army including over 70 mages, by forcing them to retreat at the turn timer. And now Ermor is rampaging around with, armies, taking Caelum's provinces. So, overall, I don't want to fight Caelum, because I don't want Ermor to take advantage of the fact that I'm fighting Caelum to go take a whole bunch more of Caelum's territory, which is absolutely what they'll try to do. And I would like Asphodel to be dead, and Ermor to be pushed back as far as possible. Ermor is taking Asphodel's territory here, it looks like. I'm not sure what the deal is between them, but as you can see, I mean, Ermor's big. Ermor's big and scary. Ermor's as big and as scary as Nazca is, probably. I mean, Nazca is scarier than Ermor, generally speaking, and they might even be slightly larger, but not much. They're not larger by much, if at all. So, it's kind of a bad situation. Still sight searching a little bit, forging some more endless bags of wine in order to send over to, what's their faces? Those people who sent me bottles of water. Phaeacia, that's right. Shouldn't I have... See, I swear I had another hammer. I swear I did. I don't know what happened to it. I know one guy got killed holding a hammer down here. So that was a terrible loss, but... I don't know. Anyway, we've got more troops moving over this way to take Imicton. After that, I'm kind of going to have to decide which way I'm going. Might be Ulm, I guess. I need more scouts. My scouting is garbage. Actually, cancel these troops here. I don't need them right there at the moment. I could use them over here. Actually, recruitment point-wise, it makes more sense to recruit hoplites. And then a couple of pygmies. Okay, there we go. So we'll start pumping out some hoplites in Thing Woods. We've already got 21 hoplites over there. We do have some more money, so I'm going to churn out more hoplites. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And we're still summoning up more vine ogres as well. Great. So, that's turn 39. In terms of research, we'll hit Conjuration level 8 in a few turns here. One more turn to hit level 7, and then I think 3 turns after that to hit level 8 or 4. It's 2400 to level 6, then to level 7, 2400 to level 7, and then I think it's about 4000, 5000 to level 8. So yeah, we should hit level 8 in about 4 or 5 turns, and by that time I should have the death gems necessary to put up Well of Misery, which will be fantastic because that will push my death gem income to over 30 per turn, at which point I can start converting death gems directly into immortals with no hesitation. I'm slowing down on nature gem expenditure to build up the nature gems necessary to recast Mother Oak if someone dispels it. And overall, I think we're in for a good time. Still forging lightless lanterns with my fire gems. I've given up on competing Eternal Pyre, obviously. I'm just turning fire gems into research. And so my research is already very good and will be really, really good in short order here. And beyond that, I think we're doing pretty well. I think we're doing pretty good. I love whites, but they're so expensive. I do not want to spend that kind of gems on them. Yeah, I think we're doing well. I would like to build up the earth gems to cast Hidden Underneath. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, I'm spending all my earth gems on Dwarven Hammers. But I think that Dwarven Hammer should be enough for me for the nonce. That will give me 2... Oh yeah, of course I have these 2. Actually, I already have 3. I don't really need a 4th Dwarven Hammer right now. Let's just save our earth gems. We'll use those earth gems to cast Hidden Underneath when we can. And hopefully that will give us some more Earth Death Astral Mages. Hidden in Sand could also be a decent one, but I don't really need more fire. Dust Priests are like fire Astral Mages that can also have Earth. And to be honest, Riches from Beneath would also be a great spell to cast. So we'll see what we can do. I may set you back to casting Gnome Lore if there are any non-gnomed provinces. There are a couple of non-gnomed provinces. So cast Gnome Lore. Gnome Lore. Yep, there you go. You throw Gnome Lore, and you throw Augury. I don't have any fire gems. All my fire gems are being used. Okay, that's fine. And good old Emug the Magus can keep researching away. Yeah, I have low luck but high magic, so low luck means I'm likely to get fewer special guys overall out of the hidden spells, but higher magic means I'm more likely to get mages, I believe. So it should still work out okay. In any case, that's the turn, and I'll see you all next time. Although Milena actually does not need to patrol, he can be preaching. Matoro is building a temple. Yes, so I need to spread my dominion down here as quick as I can to make things better for me. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in turn 40. Alright, folks, it's turn 40, and what the fuck? What the fuck is this? It's the Throne of Beasts. The Throne of Beasts was claimed, and as a result, we keep getting attacked by dogs and the werewolves and all of that, and we got attacked in Machaka by fucking 20 werewolves. Pardon my French, I'm a little bit upset about this, to be honest. So these werewolves came in, I had all my province defense, and werewolves just blender through crap militia, like with no trouble. They took very little damage. I think they lost 1 or 2 guys, and all of my province defense got murdered with no issue. So, yeah, 1. So now it's only 2 werewolf commanders and 16 normal werewolves. Fortunately, I do have these bottles of living water and a couple of bane spiders, so this bane spider is going to assassinate one of those commander werewolves, because werewolves don't beat water elementals. Alut is sneaking over that way. We're going to assassinate a commander. Next turn we'll assassinate another commander and then attack, and we should be able to take him out. I would really like to be recruiting more merfolk, actually. Well, I don't really need merfolk. Over here, I'm starting to construct mandragoras instead of the vine ogres, because you get more mandragoras, and mandragoras do have those sleep attacks, which can be quite useful. Their general combat stats are pretty shit, but in terms of serving as high quality chaff, they're actually pretty decent. So we're gonna, and as I said, you get more of them. So we're constructing some mandragoras, since I have the nature gem income to do that at least a couple of times. I would like, actually, mandragoras are a scaling summon, so I would like more nature to do that with. Like, Carry would be perfect for it once I solve this issue. We'll yeah, we'll forge a... We will forge another Thistle Mace real quick. Okay, in the meantime, Funny Guy is teleporting down over here because we have successfully broken the walls of Imicton. We're storming it, so he's going to teleport down there. He's going to forge himself a Skullface. Over here, we have captured Druid Land, which has the Ancient Temple, so our Astral Pearl income is now up to +4. This army right now is just defending. We're going to set everybody to preach. There's no lab here because Vanarus continues, not Vanarus, I'm sorry, Sceleria continues their tradition of burning down every lab that they have before I can take it. So we're going to move back over there where we have a lab. I will actually leave Kame here. Kame will stay here for the moment. And Amrod and Onbeck are going to patrol and kill me a few scouts, which will be fine. Meantime, all these guys will preach. We need to get a little bit of Dominion going on down here. Next, as I've said several times, I want to fight Caelum, but also I don't really want to fight Caelum if they can hold back Asphodel and Ermor, because I don't want to stop them from doing that. If they can't hold back Asphodel and Ermor, I absolutely will attack them, because I'll need a peace before the Popkill nations swallow it. And before Tian Shi moves in and takes all the good shit as well. So, we'll kind of see how that shakes out, but for right now, I'm just working towards Conjuration 8, take 3 or 4 turns to get there, and it should be a good time. So this is going to be a pretty brief episode, because we're not really fighting. We are kind of consolidating troops a little bit. I could use more cave grubs. I could. Where's the cave grub summon again? Cave drakes. Where are cave grubs? Who was it that did cave grubs for me? I think it was Azan. Yeah, cave grubs. There we go. Conjuration level 1. Yeah, okay. So he can do that. What was he casting? He was casting Gnome Lore, I believe. Let's have him cast Gnome Lore again. Yeah, Druid Land is fine. Okay, so we're still working on building up Earth Gems. We've got quite a few magic items in storage, actually. 2 more bottles of living water, so we still owe them yet more endless bags of wine, which we'll keep pumping out. We've got that one Rune Smasher. We've also got a couple of lanterns, which we need to distribute. I almost forgot that. Can't forget that. Give you a lantern, and we'll give you a lantern. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Research is increasing by leaps and bounds. We are still pretty poor, but we'll do pretty well. It'll be good. Lots more random attacks. None of them succeeded except for that one unfortunate werewolf attack on Machaka. It'll take us a couple turns to get that cleared, which is bad because it means we're not recruiting from our capital for those turns. And I really wanted more Bane Spiders, but alas, needs must when the devil drives. We're building up a nice little miniature communion. We've got Pandu coming down here with some nature gems for swarming purposes. And overall, it should be good. So, that, I think, is it. I know it's a 5-minute turn, but that's all I've got going on right now. Moving out scouts, preparing for the later game. Definitely want to get up that nice little well of misery as soon as I can, which will also give me a little bit of an income boost, since it boosts the income of every province in the game slightly. And we will do what we can. Still got these krakens down here, hilariously, so this pond hasn't been taken. And I'd really like some of this Caelumite land, but I just can't take it yet. Gotta wait. Got to wait. In any case, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in turn 41. I'm a little bit worried that Vanarus might come to attack me, which would be highly unfortunate. I could probably stop him, ? But I would need to devote a lot of resources to it. I would need to start spamming out some undead really quick. I would need to probably deploy some of my more powerful mages into combat. And I wouldn't really like to. So, gotta try to contact him and see what he thinks about a non-aggression pact. So far, we just kind of have a truce, a border agreement, which is fine by me, but I'd be happy to leave it that way. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. In any case, thanks for watching. See y'all in turn 41. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, turn 41. I'm starting to construct some Mandragoras, which I have assigned to Bodyguard for reasons that will rapidly become apparent. Mandragoras are pretty decent chaff. If you compare them to Vine Ogres have a lot more hit points, but actually lower defense skill and the same attack skill. Mandragoras have less HP and less prot. Vine Ogres are blunt and pierce resistant too. Mandragoras are merely pierce resistant, but Mandragoras are, the advantage they have is that Mandragoras have these Sleep Vines attack, which attacks 3 times. So, despite having a very low attack value, Mandragoras actually get so many attacks because they're size 2. So there's 3 of them in a square. They each get 6 Sleep Vine attacks plus 1 Claw attack. So you get 21 attacks coming out of 1 square. That enables them to overwhelm defense scores, and score some hits. And Sleep Vines do a ton of fatigue damage. They don't do regular damage, and they are MR negates, but they do a ton of fatigue damage. So they can send people to sleep very quickly, which will enable your actual troops, like your archers or something, to kill them, and also means they chew through the Mandragoras very slowly. In addition, I can, of course, drop Barkskin, Mass Protection, or Wooden Warriors on these Mandragoras to give them 10 prot, or I can cast Earth spells like Marble Warriors or Iron Warriors on them to give them a lot more prot, and then they'll be much tougher. They're not great, but they are chaff, and you get a lot of them per cast. We're casting Construct Mandragora. Now, it should be noted, scaling has just been changed for pretty much everything, except Construct Mandragora. Construct Mandragora still gets double scaling. And Construct Mannequin has actually gotten a little bit cheaper. It used to be 12 gems, now it's 9. So you can get a lot more mannequins. But I think Construct Mandragora is still probably better. I get 7 Mandragoras per cast of this. For mannequins, I would get 14 for 1 less gem. But I think Mandragoras are worth twice what mannequins are. So we're going to keep on constructing some Mandragoras. We're 1 turn away from having this palisade. We are building a temple and upgrading this to a fortress. We have taken Imicton, and Funny Guy is now forging a skull face. With the he has to be holding the skull staff in order to do that, so he can't hold a hammer, but the 20% discount from the Ancient Forge is cutting it down by 8 gems. So I still have 55 death gems left. I have possibly 3 turns. I'm hoping I can get it in 2 turns, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be 3 turns before I hit Conjuration level 8. And at that time, I should already have the death gems necessary to cast Well of Misery. I will alchemize gems if I have to in order to make it happen better. I'll alchemize my astral pearls here, which will give me a whole bunch of extra death gems. I'll cast Well of Misery real hard. Now, there have been 2 globals cast this turn. First of all, Ulm just cast Earthblood Deep Well, and secondly, Is just cast Forge of the Ancients. I don't know why Is cast Forge of the Ancients. I mean, it's generically good to have, but it's not an amazing global. It basically helps you with forging, and Is, as far as I know, doesn't really need that help. It gives you Master Smith and Forge bonus. I don't think the Master Smith, looking at Is's paths, I don't think the Master Smith actually opens up any boosters or anything for them. Earthblood Deep Well is a fantastic global. One of it and Well of Misery are easily comparable for the top globals, gem gens in the game. Earthblood Deep Well is enchantment 7, and Ulm getting Earthblood Deep Well is very standard. Like, I'm not even surprised. Well of Misery takes a little bit longer to get, of course, which is why I don't have it yet. If I had been aiming for Earthblood Deep Well and had built my build around getting it, I might have been able to get it first, actually. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Well of Misery, I'm going to get King of Banefires. Hell, I might call the Eater of the Dead. I might even do that. Eater of the Dead's kind of cool. Not honestly very good, kind of, it's difficult to use, but I might do that. Or I might just turn my Death Gems to spamming out Wraith Lords and, more importantly, Mound Fiends. Once I have Well of Misery, I'll be able to summon 1 Mound Fiend per turn. Mound Fiends are Death 3 mages, and they can reanimate the dead. So they are also holy, so they're sacred, so they can cast priest spells and all that. So I'll be able to start Skele spamming with those, which will help counter Ermor's Skele spam and give me undead mages who can fight under Rigor Mortis. Now, as I said, the patch just dropped, so Immortals have been nerfed. Immortals are now soul slayable, and Rigor Mortis has been nerfed, so it's not castable as much. But I'll be able to do those, and once I have that Skull Face, I'll be able to swap a booster over to another mage in order to contact Lamia Queen, and I'll be able to start shitting out Lamia Queens and potentially Lamias. Actually, to be honest, I could be recruiting Lamias right now. I'd like to bank a few end gems, but I need to do some site searching as well. So let's. Do I have Haru specs yet? I do have Haru specs. Ooh, yes, please. Haru specs me up. Haru specs the shit out of this land down here. Daddy needs some end gems. It's definitely going to take 3 turns if I'm doing all this to get my Conjuration 8, but I'm okay with that. I don't think the 1 turn will make that much of a difference. And we are going to just Haru specs the hell out of all of Celeria's territory. We're going to cast Haru specs constantly, all the time. So we're gonna whoops, I forgot where he was casting Haru specs to. Just cast Haru specs. You just cast it once. Cast Haru specs. Okay, so we're Haru specsing Vician Forest, Mammoth Grove, Sceleria, and Druidland. You don't need to Haru spec Sceleria. Don't need to do that. The game will try to do that, and it is not necessary. I'd like to Haru specs Henwood, actually. Is anyone Haru spexing Henwood? No? Okay, so cast Haru specs at Henwood. Capitals cannot have magic sites unless they're spawned by an event, so there's no need to site search them. Sceleria is still holding up this fort, interestingly, so this Vanarusian army is going to take at least 1 more turn. Tianchi is turning towards the undead. Ermor and Asphodel are breaking out. They're causing a lot of trouble. I actually need to kind of talk to Caelum and be like, hey, dude, this thing that you've got going on where you get beat up by the undead and suck, I need you to stop it, please. He's still patrolling Azamar a lot, which I don't like. I do have a water bottle assassin sneaking into Caelum's territory, and we'll see what happens there. And over here, we've got actually several very large Nazcan armies, which I think have been fighting Vanheim. Nazca continues to do the thing that Perun did in the last game, and which I anticipated Nazca was going to do, which is he's actually mostly ignoring Ermor. He continues to make all the right noises about wanting to go fight Ermor and help with that, but he's not actually doing it. In fact, he's just expanding by killing other players in the way that Nazca can do very well. Now, Nazca has, of course, been nerfed as well. He's taken a pretty significant income hit, and he's also taken, his Condor scaling has gotten worse, but in any case, so I'm not as scared of Nazca as I used to be, except he's already got a pretty big lump, and he's also got a whole bunch of Hoburg crossbows that are coming from somewhere, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But basically, Basically, Nazca is not actually doing the thing that needs to happen if we hope to keep Ermor from winning the game, which is attack Ermor. I can't attack Ermor. If I could fight Ermor in my current position, let me be clear, I would be fighting Ermor. Not because I would expect to get much out of it, although I would get death gems out of it, but because otherwise Ermor is just going to run away with the game. Nazca is not doing that, which is an understandable decision, but also means that probably Ermor is going to win. Like, just being real about this, Ermor is going to win unless very drastic measures are taken to stop him from winning immediately, and those drastic measures are not being taken to any real degree. So, you know, that's happening. Caelum, like I said, looks like they're kind of dying, so we'll see what happens there. I'm going to actually move Stene is patrolling, which I don't really need him to do. And Toro is preaching. We'll have him patrol instead. We've got a temple here. We're neutral's Dom there. We've got 4 temples. I would really like to have a 5th, which is why I'm building this temple over here. That will kick my Dom score up by 1. Not that. That was the wrong thing to click on. That will kick my Dom score up by 1, effectively, and so it'll go up to 75% chance of Dominion strength, plus an extra temple, of course. And that will help a lot with me actually spreading my Dominion, because I have these neat scales that I'd really like to use. Right now, I am at least getting the benefit of the Magic 3, but Stene is actually going to kind of shift over in this direction, because as I've said, I anticipate that Caelum is going down. To be honest. They've taken a couple crippling losses against Asphodel. They've got Ermor up their ass. They're going to have a real bad time very shortly. In fact, they are already having a real bad time, I would say, and it's only going to get worse. But once I get Well of Misery up, I will be able to compete. And so turn 44 Well of Misery, that's fairly early for Well of Misery to be up, especially since I'll be able to cast it pretty hard with all these death gems I have, and I'll be able to really do something with those gems. Wraith Lords, Mound Fiends, potentially Liches as well. Liches are actually more powerful than Wraith Lords in some ways. And I'll be able to take those death gems and start churning out items with them. Now, in terms of gem income, actually, my nature gem and death gem income, of course, that's 31, 35, 41, 42, 48 gems per turn, which is solid. Only because I have Mother Oak, and I definitely want to keep a Mother Oak up. So like I said, I need to kind of stockpile a few more nature gems, which is why I'm remote site searching so hard in these provinces that haven't been site searched. I'm really hoping to kick my nature gem income up over 20 in the near future. And of course, I'm really hoping to take some more provinces from somebody. Ulm has some armies nearby me. I've contacted him and been like, we're still cool, right? He's like, yeah, we have a non-aggression pact. I'm just trying to take out, deal with Vanheim situation. So, okay, that's fine. I'll trust him for now. I'm recruiting mainly cheap mages. I actually want to recruit a couple of scouts here instead of mages. And then a couple of spider knights, just so I have a few more of them. I am still pumping out shamans, so I'm building up actually a little bit of communion power. And I can eventually, potentially, scrape some pearls together and use these guys to cast like Will of the Fates or something on my armies, which would be pretty neat, not gonna lie. Now, the elephant in the room, of course, the siege of the werewolves on Machaka. I did assassinate a werewolf this turn with a water bottle assassin. So good old Kisasi the Bane Spider and his water elemental friend fought this werewolf, and the water elemental just beat him up in one round. Water elementals are super good at killing single targets. So you can see here, he just hit him twice and murdered him entirely. So there was a second werewolf commander. We're assassinating him this turn, and then we're breaking siege and also moving in these troops. We're casting Swarm. Swarm has also been nerfed, but it should still be fine. You can just cast spells of some kind. Unfortunately, this is going to mean, I think, that a couple of my, this sorceress is going to die before I can get in there and start healing her. That one will hopefully live. That one will live. That one will live. So I'm only going to lose one. Still forging more lightless lanterns. And that should be it. I'm sending 2 more bags of wine to Phaeacia, and I'll let them know they still have a little bit of credit because they sent me 2 more bottles of living water for a total of 4. And as soon as I can, I'll recruit another couple Bane Spiders, equip them with those bottles of living water, and send them out as well. Can't really use assassins in Nazca just because Nazca's patrols are so oppressive. They have so many Hatun runas patrolling. Hard to use them in Caelum because Caelum's patrols are so oppressive. I might have to give them something to boost their stealth score up to an unfeasible degree. But I can do that if I need to. And for Earth Gems, who are you casting Gnome Lore at? Star Peaks? Where's that? That is over here. Okay, that's a good place to cast it. And yeah, we're going to keep on looking for Earth Gem income as well, because I could really, really use some more Earth Gems. I only have 6. And more Fire Gems, to be honest, but I'm not so concerned with Fire. I'm much more concerned with Earth. So, Earth and Death, if we can get those ramped up a little ways, we'll be in really good shape. So, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in turn 42.